As a matter of fact, it was.
We all know and love the ending of John Carpenter's Halloween from 1978, but what if there were more? And no, I'm not talking about that awesome flashback sequence in Halloween Kills, but another shot that actually showed Michael Myers fleeing the scene just moments after Dr. Loomis shoots him off of the second-story balcony of the Doyle house. Well, the good news is it may be out there. The bad news, you probably won't see it anytime soon. Hey everyone, I'm Brad, welcome to Let's Talk Movies, and in this video, we're talking a possible addition to the ending of John Carpenter's Halloween from 1978, plus maybe even a little bit more. If you're new here, be sure to leave this video a like, and please consider subscribing to our channel. We do new live shows every single Tuesday and Saturday at 8 p.m. and 10 a.m. Eastern, and we have a lot of content coming over the next couple of months, and you will not want to miss it. So please click the like, click the notification bell so that you can be up to date on everything. Now, I've seen this image floating around on a few different Halloween/horror Facebook groups, and I thought it was pretty interesting. This was actually a post from January of last year, and it reads, "Never released ending to Halloween 1978. The story goes John Carpenter wanted to get shots of Michael getting up after falling off the balcony and running away. Ultimately, this shot was never used in the finished film and never released to the public. The reel with the unreleased footage is in a private collection." And as you can see, this image appears to be the shape running away from the Doyle house after being shot by Dr. Loomis at the end of the movie. Now, at first I was like, no way this is a faked image, but after digging into it a little bit more, it's amazing what you can find on the internet. I went back and looked closely at the bottom of the post, and it clearly says, "All rights to Billy Kirkus and Compass." Now, after some quick digging, I did find that the image and potential footage does appear to be real and is a part of someone's personal collection. Through a post from way back in July of 2013, I found some more vital information via the Synapse Films Facebook page. Here's what the original post had to say. "Our friend Billy Kirkus, an owner of the Halloween extra footage/trims, posted up a neat little clip of Dean Cundy testing the Panaglide. This is just one clip of the hundreds of rolls of 35mm film he has of footage from the original Halloween, both behind the scenes footage and film from the actual production. This footage is not color corrected and is just quickly transferred by me a few years ago. The actual film footage is of much, much better quality." And from what it appears, the image of Michael running through the front yard of the Doyle house is just the tip of the iceberg. Synapse Films describes even more of that footage while interacting with Facebook users in the comment section of that same post. "We have an awesome unused take of the entire Michael Myers walk from the outside of the house where he sees his sister making out with her boyfriend through the window to where he goes in the kitchen, gets the knife, walks up the stairs, and kills his sister without putting the mask optical over the stabbing. It's incredible and just one of the countless sequences we have. The footage would make for an amazing documentary or scenes being presented in a supplement with narration or completely remixed/rescored, just like what we did for the footage we added back to the dorm that dripped blood that didn't have audio. It's not like the shape had many lines of dialogue anyway, a bit of remixing with the existing Halloween DME mag cues, and we'd be golden on a lot of this great stuff." And when asked by a fan how to get the footage released to the public, this is what Synapse Films had to say. "Write Trancas and let them know how you feel. Having seen quite a few rolls of this stuff myself, I can tell you that there is a treasure trove of material the fans would want to see." Now, I don't know this guy, I don't know anybody at Synapse Films, I don't know anything about any of them, but what I do know is that most diehard Halloween fans are probably wondering why on earth this guy would choose to keep this footage in his personal collection. I mean, why not sell or loan the footage to Malek Akkad and Trancas so that it can be a part of the many re-releases of Halloween, similar to what we've gotten with the Shout Factory 4Ks and the Best Buy exclusives and all of the other re-releases? Well, it's likely because he and Trancas have not had the opportunity to make a deal, or they've not settled on a deal on what to do with all of that extra footage. Not because he's being greedy and wanting to keep it all to himself in his own personal collection. Here's what Synapse Films had to say about the status of the footage. And now keep in mind, this is from way back in 2013, so this may not be the most current up-to-date information. The problem is, at least my perception about all this anyway, is that Billy is being painted as a greedy person because he's holding out. It's not about being greedy. This is about business. Malek's offer was not of interest to him, and honestly, when Billy told my business partner and I what was offered, we agreed. We would have refused too. It immediately turned Billy off to the whole thing, and he was shrugging everything off until a reasonable, fair offer was put on the table. Malek was trying to get something that would make him money now and continue to make him money in the future. There is so much footage, it could be spread out into multiple projects if in the proper, capable hands. But what he wanted to pay Billy was, just to put it bluntly, kind of ridiculous. Of course, this all turned into a lot of discussion and spin by a lot of people who have never even seen the footage to properly comment on it, to paint Billy as someone who was touting he had something that would be no interest to the fans, which is completely untrue. It was a myth. It was degraded outtakes, etc. Nothing could be further from the truth. Billy wants a deal, but he wants a deal that will benefit all parties involved. This is up to Malek to decide now. I don't know if it was that much, but I look at it this way. The Halloween franchise can sell hundreds of thousands of DVDs and Blu-rays now, in addition to any potential new format in the future for decades to come. I know Anchor Bay made quite a few tapes and DVDs during their license period. Even if they'd paid Billy something like 30 cents to 50 cents a disc, not an unreasonable figure since Anchor Bay supposedly paid the documentarian that did the original featurette on their first Halloween DVD, released similarly in a per-piece deal, then Malek wouldn't have to pay Billy up front, and with the potential amount of sales, Billy could be fairly compensated without Malek taking an upfront risk, and Malek could have the footage to use on everything Halloween related forever on a royalty basis. But when the idea was approached, the answer from the Trancas representative was, that's not going to happen, meaning we'll pay him a pittance and take everything forever or there's no deal. So, there's never been any deal. Kickstarter has been an idea, but legally the footage cannot be sold without Trancas' consent, so how would something like this be structured? With a donation, the fans would want the footage, wouldn't they? How legally would this not be considered a sale of material? It's tricky ground for sure. So, who's the bad guy here? My thought on the matter is that nobody is. I completely understand why this guy is waiting for the right deal at the right price at the right time. I mean, after all, it is his footage. Now, as the post stated, the Halloween franchise is a property of Trancas International, so legally Billy can't do anything with the footage without their consent. The legality of it all can be a bit confusing, but technically nobody's in the wrong here, and that's okay. In my eyes, I just think it's cool as a Halloween fan to know that there is new footage out there that's never been seen by the majority of fans. Now, whether that's behind the scenes footage or screen tests or, testing the Panaglide like we saw earlier, that stuff is out there, man. And that's really, really cool just to know that that even exists. And of course, I hope to see it one day. But until then, we're all just going to have to settle for one of the 17 different copies of this same movie that we all own on VHS, Blu-ray, DVD, and 4K. Okay, come on. You know I'm right. You know we all have multiple copies of the same movie. You know we do. Anyways, that's going to do it for me in this video. Please, guys, comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. New episodes of Let's Talk Movies and Purely and Simply Evil premiere every single Tuesday and Saturday at 8 p.m. and 10 a.m. Eastern. We are on Twitter and Instagram at We Talk the Movies. Thank you so much for joining me. Leave this video a like, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace!